Hi everyone, today I want to show you the brand new ARPG Undecember. You might have heard about it already. It's out for a few days now and it's free to play on Steam and on your mobile devices. You can play it on multiple platforms with crossplay. And since it's an ARPG, I was going to try it out and played it for a few hours last time on stream. And they've actually reached out to me to talk about this game here on YouTube. So I want to highlight this is a sponsored video, but I will just walk you through the main features of the game and talk a little bit about my experience with it. So the footage you see here in the background is me playing this for the first time. This is the tutorial basically introducing you to the game. I gotta say that the first impression for me was that the graphics are actually really amazing, especially for a mobile title. You have to imagine that this runs on your phone and it looks really superb for that. After the tutorial, you can create your character. There are some customization features, but there are actually no classes to choose from. This entire game has like a classless skill system. They are called runes, and you can combine active skill runes with link runes to alter their effects, which is actually a pretty cool system. So those skill runes go into this grid here. That's like your total space for all of your skills. And then you can link them together. You see like these little flashing sidebars, so to say. This means you can connect, for example, here a red one, which is the case for those three skills. They're all linked to the same link rune that buffs all three of those skills. And you can attach even other ones. So depending on how you position them there and depending on the colors, you can link them together in certain ways to use your grid more efficiently. I really like the system. I think this is very cool and very unique. And those skill runes are effectively how you manage your build and how you customize your class on the go, so to say. So you don't play a certain class, but you have those skill runes and you can combine them as you want. Obviously, there are certain combos that make more sense. And you have a bit of a main stat system where you have melee skills going more in the direction of strength stats, for example. And you have the bow skills more with dexterity. And as you progress, you level up your character. You also find a lot of items that you can equip and also use to boost your runes. You can also level those. And this is how you slowly build up your character more and more. There's also the Zodiac system where as you level up your character, you get these trade points. So first you can invest into the main stats that you see in the center, the strength, dexterity, intelligence. So this is how you can customize your character in a certain direction with the skills and with your items that you can wear, for example. And you have also the trade points that you can invest into those Zodiac combinations. They're effectively passive bonuses. So you can see here, you get for example, certain stats that improve you, and you can go in a certain direction with your character as well. But overall, there seems to be a lot of customization, especially through the skill system and the Zodiac system. If you are an ARPG veteran, then you're definitely going to feel at home in this game quite easily. And on top of this, the game also has tutorials that just guide you through the most important features in a few steps so that you easily understand them. Whenever there's a new feature that unlocks as you progress through the campaign, which seems to be 10 acts, very long campaign actually, so lots of content to engage with, you actually always unlock more and more steps in how you can progress your character. Personally, I also really enjoy the crafting system. So when you're in town, you can talk to the blacksmith and you can modify, for example, your magic or your rare items. And you can roll extra affixes on this. So you can see this here on the left, for example. I have this magic bow, and you can select various acquired materials that can modify those items. So in this case, for example, you can reroll the magic stats on an item, or you can add an extra stat. So that depends exactly on the items and the slots it has. So for example, when you find a blue item, you can see that it has an open slot for an affix, so to say, and then you can imbue it with an extra stat, or potentially even increase the amount of stats it has. You can reroll their values, and you can even make them into a rare item, and so on. So you can kind of progress with your items, or you try to find other bases and try to roll on those if they're higher level, so they can progress more and more. And it seems to me that crafting is a very integral part of the gameplay cycle, so that regularly you will return when you're in town and go to a blacksmith, upgrade your gear, try to become more powerful, and try to roll really good items. So this is actually something I quite enjoy. One thing to keep in mind, from my impression, this is a mobile first game. So it is playable on PC. It has a real PC client through Steam. You don't need BlueStacks or something like that. But obviously the UI, the controls, they're all a little bit more focused towards the mobile side of things, and it can feel that a bit when you play the game. The game did run smooth for me, so I didn't have any issues with lags or crashes or input lags or something like that. So that was all fine, but I think there might be like further optimizations I could make for the PC client in particular when it comes to the controls to give you more options with mouse and keyboard or with a controller. But overall, playing your character, using your skills felt quite smooth, quite reactive, and I didn't have any issues with that whatsoever. It's mostly about like the menus and the UI. One other interesting feature is the potion system. So you can see this here, you have up to 4 potion slots, and you can use them for like healing potions, mana potions, and utility potions. And there's even an auto-use feature so that you can have certain conditions that you can set up immediately in the game. And you can say, for example, under a certain HP threshold, or after a certain amount of time, or even under certain conditions with status effects, you're going to use this or that potion automatically, so you don't actually have to press them. So like this, you could just stack up on a bunch of these potions and just have them run permanently. Or whenever you drop to low HP, you have like a panic health potion or something like that. So it's a pretty interesting feature. Talking about automation, there's also the so-called smart control feature, which automates your auto attack. So this seems to be like a more mobile feature. So if you're just playing this game on the side and you have to AFK or just leave your phone down or something, you can actually automatically attack enemies around you with that feature and at least stay safe and not die while you're AFK. Now, playing the game on the PC, I was not actually using that feature, but it was actually kind of interesting to see, and I can definitely see its usefulness when you're playing this on the go. So these are most of the main features of the game. I didn't play it that far into endgame or something like that, so I don't know exactly about how this looks like there, but I do know that for some people that they feel it's very engaging, they have a lot of fun blasting through it. And there's a lot of stuff to discover, a lot of customization with your character, with the Zodiac System, with the skill runes, etc. So it does seem like it does have some depth to it. Lastly, let's talk about the monetization. This is a free-to-play game, so you can download it right now with the link in the description, or on Steam, on your mobile, whatever. And it has an in-game store. So you guys know that not too long ago I've played another ARPG mobile title that was very much pay to win, and I did not really enjoy that part of the game. And I gotta say, this is kind of similar here, but it doesn't seem to be as extreme with the power discrepancy between players. So you can pay to progress, you can get consumables, you can get materials, for example, for crafting your items. There's various other like conveniences that you can buy. So you can definitely pay for power, and not everyone is on equal footing if they haven't invested the same amount of money. There are in-game leaderboards for various objectives, which I find pretty cool actually, but if you want to be really competitive and be up there on the top, then you won't get around the in-game store and paying to progress. But on the other hand, if you just want to enjoy this game casually, especially on mobile, I would say it is a pretty solid game from what I can tell. You have no paywall in terms of content, you can farm up pretty much everything on your own, and it doesn't seem like it's really gonna hold you back besides you progressing way slower than other people. As I was playing the game, I actually had people coming into my stream and chat and saying that they have been blasting this game all day long pretty much, talking about their experience and not spending anything and still being fine and having fun. And I think that's really the most important thing here. You guys know I'm a very competitive player, especially in ARPGs. I like to have an even playing ground with my competition. I try to outsmart them, I try to outskill them, and just try to beat them by my own abilities, so to say. And in this sense, I'm not really a big fan of the monetization system, but it is a free-to-play game. They have to earn money somehow, so it's up to you, I guess. It didn't really take away from the fun of enjoying the game casually from my side. So just, playing through the game, having a new game to try out, I think for that, it's perfectly fine, and I can recommend you guys to try it out yourself. If you're looking for a new RPG right now, and after this video you're excited with the features and you want to try it out, there's a link in the description. Just go download it, it's for free, and I wish you a lot of fun and good luck. I'll leave you with this, hope you enjoyed my review, and see you guys next time.